I invite you to get in a comfortable position for the spoken word. As I've mentioned in the welcoming, too many healthy, loving relationships are pushed out of celebrating Valentine's Day. Let's expand Valentine's Day to include all loving relationships, be they romantic or friendly, be they hetero or LGBTQI. Let's embrace them all because this is a holy calling. All of us has a divine spark inside. Each of us has a piece of the holy walking around, bumping into other pieces of the holy who are walking around bumping into us. There is a part of God in each and every person. And this isn't just my belief. It's rooted in ancient religious traditions. Lurianic Kabbalah takes its name from Isaac Luriala, who died in 1572, and certainly one of the great sages of Kabbalah. And Kabbalah is the ancient Jewish tradition of mystical interpretations of the Bible. Lurianic Kabbalah is considered modern Kabbalah because it's only been practiced since the 16th century. I'll touch on two aspects of Lurianic Kabbalah, starting with the creation of the universe. Ein Sof is considered as God prior to any self-manifestations. Ein Sof was before anything in the universe. Ein Sof just was. Then, Ein Sof created the material world to better understand itself, to give its pure energy a form and a purpose. The creation of the human race became Ein Sof's crowning achievement, as only through human beings could Ein Sof truly understand its power and its role in the universe. When Ein Sof created the material world, a vessel held all the creation. And this vessel held light, spark, power, energy, and it was all in an ordered form. There was no gender to the human spirits that were created. There was no hate. There was no discourse. Everything was in perfect harmony. Then a catastrophe. The vessel wasn't strong enough to hold all of creation, and it shattered. It just shattered into a million pieces and exploded all across space. Where there was order, there was now chaos. When the shards of the vessel began to fall, they brought with them sparks of Ein Sof's light. Together, the shards and the sparks fell into what would become our material reality, the human world we experience. In place of a harmonious world made with perfect balance, human beings entered a broken world filled with scattered sparks of divine light. Kabbalah teaches us that we hold, in fact, we hide our divine light in a husk. Lurianic Kabbalah requires that every human being ask them to liberate the sparks of light in these husks. Tikkun olam, repairing the world. Tikkun olam means it is our responsibility to repair the world by freeing the divine sparks scattered in the husk all around us. Only when the sparks are freed will Ein Sof become whole again, ushering in the perfect world that was here at the moment of creation. It's up to us. It's up to us to see the divine spark in every person and to help liberate that spark from the person holding it tightly inside their husk. We do this in relationships. We help one another to see their own worth and dignity and our own worth and dignity. We help each other to see that we all carry a divine spark within us. We do this in healthy, loving relationships with each other. Building and sustaining a healthy, loving relationship is not only for our benefit, it's holy work. But the work in this holy work is not understanding why. The work is in the doing. Beginning or building a healthy relationship, either romantic or friendly, is tough. When the joyful times are more frequent than the challenges, you can call that relationship healthy. When there are more kind moments than conflict, you can call that relationship loving. You put two people together, you get tension, you get disagreements. And moving the world closer to the perfect world is done one person at a time, and it is slow, tedious work. It's like putting it all back together is like working on a gigantic jigsaw puzzle without the picture. I believe there are religious insights and guidance into helping us sustain and build healthy, loving relationships. For example, like our 7 Unitarian Universalist principles. Now, I have found that living our principles is challenging, but let's just say it's extremely difficult to practice those principles with the people closest to me. I don't know why I have more compassion and tolerance for other people than I do for those closest to me, including myself. Maybe this is common human nature. We're hard on ourselves and those we love. Here's how our 7 Unitarian Universalist principles can help a relationship be or become healthy and loving. Principle number 1, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Now, this should be obvious. Any healthy, loving relationship must have trust and dignity. Principle number 2, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Another obvious trait of every good relationship. Principle number 3, acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. Acceptance of people as they are is foundational for a relationship. And if you change the word spiritual growth in our congregations to spiritual growth in each other, you have a characteristic that can provide a loving, healthy relationship. Principle number 4, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Oh my gosh, if a relationship is to flourish, it must be based on truth and a search for meaning. Principle number 5, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large. Okay. Just when you thought that maybe our 7 principles were the great guiding document for a healthy, loving relationship, along comes number 5, use of the democratic process. A healthy relationship, loving relationship, is not based on the democratic process. If there are 2 of you and in disagreement, you can't vote your way to a resolution. Let's just skip number 5 for today. Number 6, the goal of a world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Oh, yes. A healthy, loving relationship is based on peace and justice for all. Number 7, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. Probably the most quoted of our principles because it says that we are interconnected with each other and all others. And in a good relationships, you are interdependent and interconnected with the other person. Happy Valentine's Day to every one of you. It is a day for celebrating healthy, loving relationships. If you have a partner, show your love to them. If you have a friend, show your love to them. If you have a relative, a neighbor, or an acquaintance that you care for, show your love. Valentine's Day is a time to celebrate love for each other. Take this day to discover that you have holy work to do in fostering healthy relationships in all forms. This is holy work, and we can build the beloved community by helping each other unhusk the divine spark that we're all carrying inside. May we have the strength and perseverance to continue this holy work. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be.